Hey there, innovation champions. Melissa Dinwiddie here. Ever notice how a 4-year-old will fearlessly create masterpieces with finger paint while highly skilled professionals often freeze when asked to innovate? The difference isn't obviously talent or resources, it's pressure. Let me share a story that transformed how I think about innovation and pressure. So if you know me at all, you know that for 15 years, I lived what many would consider the dream, making my living as a professional artist. But there was a dark side that nobody talked about. See, when your art has to pay the bills, it's really easy to get trapped in a mindset that everything you create has to make money. Every piece needs to be sellable. Every project needs to be perfect. And you know what that kind of pressure does to creativity? It kills it. For an entire decade, I almost never allowed myself time to just play and create for the joy of it. And on those rare occasions when I did pull out my pens and brushes, the pressure was overwhelming. Whatever I made, it had to be amazing. And I vividly remember getting these calls for entry in the mail, those invitations to submit work for juried art shows. And I would get so excited about the possibilities and I'd think about what I wanted to make. And then I would make absolutely nothing. Why? Because the pressure of knowing that my work would be judged in order to, be accepted or rejected into the show made it impossible to even start. Because, after all, if it was going to be evaluated by a jury, it better be brilliant, right? So instead of creating something that might not be perfect, I ended up creating nothing at all. Needless to say, this was not an effective strategy for innovation or for happiness either. Well, the solution came when I finally started following what would ultimately become my Create the Impossible framework, which if you have been following these videos, you have seen and heard me talk about before. So my Create the Impossible framework has 3 steps. So let's go over them one by one. So step 1 is play hard. And you've probably heard me say this before. This does not mean to go to Vegas and get wild. It means to embrace your inner 4-year-old. So first I had to reconnect with that inner 4-year-old, the part of you that creates simply for the joy of it, exploring, experimenting, making messes. And I had to let go of the need for everything to bring in money, to win awards, or to impress other people. And instead, I just followed my curiosity. So that's step 1, play hard. Step 2, make crap. And this is the real game changer. I deliberately lowered my expectations and gave myself permission to make things that sucked. That's right. Things that sucked. Because here's the truth. We need the crap. We need the crap because it's the crap that fertilizes the good stuff. We need the crap to fertilize the good stuff. So that's step 2, make crap. Step 3 is learn fast. From every crappy artwork, every crappy article draft, every crappy song or workshop, I gathered feedback and I used it to iterate and improve. Better is better. And the key was seeing everything as an experiment. rather than a final judgment. And now here's where it gets really interesting. This framework didn't just help me create more art, it completely transformed my relationship with pressure and competition. Case in point, last year, when the National Speakers Association announced its Last Story Standing competition, my old self would have been completely paralyzed. Oh my God, a competition with judges. Forget it. No way. But instead, I saw it as an opportunity, not to win, though I actually ended up taking second place, but as an opportunity to use the competition as motivation to get a story stage ready. And guess what? I'm doing it again this year on March 1st, coming right up. I'll be performing a brand new story that I've entitled The Reluctant Leader as this year's NSA NorCal Storytelling Competition, at this year's NSA NorCal Storytelling Competition. So the difference here is that instead of letting the pressure shut me down, I'm using my Create the Impossible framework to channel it into creativity. Play hard. I'm approaching the competition as a playground for storytelling. Make crap. My first drafts, yeah, they were pretty sucky. And that's okay, because it was those first crappy drafts that led to better drafts, and those better drafts that led to better drafts. And I'm still rehearsing it, and it's gonna keep improving as I iterate. Learn fast. Each practice run teaches me something new. And this same principle applies in any innovative environment, whether you're developing new technology, launching a product, or transforming an organization. Pressure is only useful when it's channeled properly. Too much pressure creates paralysis, and too little provides no motivation. So there's a sweet spot, which lies in creating what I call productive constraints. Just enough structure to guide innovation without crushing it. So here's your challenge for this week. Look at where pressure might be killing innovation in your organization and ask yourself, are we creating space for play and experimentation? Do people feel safe sharing imperfect first attempts? You gotta create that psychological safety. How can we turn pressure into productive constraints? Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate pressure entirely, it's to transform it from a creativity killer into an innovation catalyst. So, ready to transform how your team handles pressure and innovation? Click the link in the description below to book a complimentary innovation strategy session. And let's explore how the Create the Impossible framework can help your team channel pressure into breakthrough creativity. If you found this deep dive into pressure and innovation helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of innovation champions. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a new strategy for driving innovation in your organization. And hey, if you're watching this before March 1st, 2025, come see me perform The Reluctant Leader at NSA Northern California's storytelling competition on Zoom. Details are in the description below. Until next time, stay curious, stay playful, and keep creating the impossible. See you next time. Ciao.